have said, though, from this podium many, many times over the last 2 weeks that this president takes the handling of classified material very seriously. And yet we continue to learn about more documents being found and discovered at his home, including now some that go back decades to his time in the Senate. So why should the American people believe that this president takes classified material seriously and the handling of it?
Look, the American people heard from the president directly on this when he was asked by your colleagues at least twice now about how he sees this process. And he was very clear with the response of what we're currently seeing. And he says, I take this very seriously. He said, I didn't know that the documents were there. And
how'd they get
look,
there?
I think as it relates to the American people and the president standing with the American people, it is going to be up to them to decide how they see this president. Look, this is a president. I came into office, 9 million people had lost their jobs. The unemployment rate was 6.3%, and hundreds of thousands of small businesses had closed their doors.
Yeah, you know,
I noticed. Yeah, go ahead.
People were out of work. You know, he can't be thinking about all the stuff, all the laws he broke before he started this job.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's exempt.
Exactly.
That's a stupid question. You shouldn't be asking it. And where's the door?
Yeah, exactly right.
How many more years do I have on this contract?
I've noticed. I've noticed a new thing she does now. Have you noticed this? When she starts the briefing, now all of a sudden it's instead of telling us about what Joe Biden is doing, not doing, thinking, whatever. She's now all the briefings start with about Republicans. Now, have you noticed that? Last couple of days now, it's all about Republicans. What the Republicans are doing, what they're trying to do, how they're trying to screw you. It's all Republicans now.
Republicans and how they're going to make it easier for Putin to screw you and
making
higher
gas
prices.
more expensive. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All that stuff. So that's her new thing to try. And then she brings guests in to try to kill time. Jennifer Granholm today.
Does she think she's doing an Oprah kind of setup now? She's bringing in a guest?
That disaster over at Energy. Cut 12, G. Roll that.
So gas prices are now up 33 cents over the past month. The president took credit for the prices coming down. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve, as you mentioned, is no longer releasing. Does the president get credit for the price of gas going up?
Well, it's obviously based upon international and climate events. So, for example, Winter Storm Elliott pulled 2 million barrels off the U.S. market because of refineries that went down. That crimp in supply causes prices to go up. What happens in China? Are they going to be opening up soon? Is there expectations regarding an increase in demand? That is something that happens on a global market. The whole point of this is that this Strategic Petroleum Reserve is a tool that we have, that we can control. We may not be able to control the weather. We may not be able to control what happens at OPEC Plus or in China, but we can control what we have access to. And that's why this tool is so incredibly important. We'll see what happens with respect to the price of gas. We know that there are still refineries that have been pulled down, both for maintenance as well as because of Winter Storm Elliott. But in the end, we think it'll be balancing out soon.
So McCarthy ever wrote, is that an SNL skit?
Yeah, great. She is a she's
just a sock puppet too.
She fits right in. She's just a vicious liar, like all of them too. The idea that this is what did she call it? Climate and international climate incidences is the reason for a $1.03 rise in gas in the last whatever. It's not weakening demand or global inflation or nothing like that. No, it's
shutting down pipelines, right?
It's whatever the hell she said. She's just a disaster, like the rest of this administration too. It's just unbelievable. It's not Biden, of course. No.
You did hear she blew up the whole climate change narrative. Because it used to be, up until, I guess, earlier today, before she spoke, you had to give money. They had to tax you. They have to take your money to solve the climate problem. Now she just said, we can't control the weather. Well, if you can't control the weather, what do you need the money for?